Right, let's look at this 5-second rule. Now this 5-second rule can increase your confidence, it can decrease your anxiety, it can have you making better decisions, have you in better relationships and enjoying a lifestyle that you never thought was possible for, just by incorporating this 5-second rule. The deal is, you have to actually take action on it. You have to implement it. You have to do it. Now, the thing that happens is we get caught up in these habits. And so things can be a habit. Is actually, we get caught up and we think, I'm a worrier. I'm a procrastinator. Oh, I'm a perfectionist. Oh, I'm an imposter. Oh, I'm just the kind of person that just gets stuck and I just freeze. No, those are habits that we get stuck in. And it's a habit that we believe, so we think that then we need to carry that on, because then we start to identify who we are by this habit, because it gives us a label and we think, hey, I need to keep doing that. So what happens is, in your top 6 inches in your brain is your basal ganglia, is the thing where your habits are held. That's where the whole action comes from, and it wants us to keep going forward with these same habits because it keeps us safe and it makes us feel safe for where we are. So we think that we need to keep these habits going. Now, what happens is when we keep those habits going is we're actually living on autopilot. So, how many times have you driven to work or walked to a particular place or got somewhere and gone, hang on a minute, how did I just get here? I don't remember the journey. I don't remember where I went. I don't even remember doing anything. How did I just get here? It's a habit. And what happens is we run on this autopilot, and that comes from in our top 6 inches in our basal ganglia. The thing that we want to shift to, whoopish, is to come through to that prefrontal cortex. And that's where the action happens. That's when we're awakened. That's when we are present. We are conscious. We are here in the moment. And that's the thing that we want to jump to. So what we want to do is we get into this situation. And let me tell you this. You hesitate, you lose. I used to hear it all the time. You think about it in sport. For me, it was like you hesitate, you lose. You hesitate to go and tackle that player, or you hesitate to pass that ball, gone. Too late. Opportunity lost. Like you're standing on the edge of the road and you think, I'll run through between these cars. You hesitate, you've lost. All right. So the thing that happens is when we keep jumping into these habits, we keep going, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a worrier. I just get stuck in these. I have anxiety. I get stressed. I'm a procrastinator. I'm this. It's a habit that we keep telling ourselves, and it's the behavior that we keep reoccurring that way. So the thing you want to think about is we can change these. And there's a 5-second gap. There's a 5-second gap from that knowledge action gap. Now we know what we need to be doing. You're sitting here going, I know that stuff. Yeah, I know that. Do you do it? And that's the difference that happens, is between that knowledge action gap is about 4 or 5 seconds. And that's where that 5-second rule comes in. It can shift you from being stuck in your habits, being stuck in that phase of, yeah, but I get really stressy about this. And if I do this kind of stuff, then I get really anxious about it. And, well, I'm just a procrastinator, or I'm a perfectionist, or I'm an imposter, or I'm just the kind of person that... It's just a habit. That's all it is. This is a habit that we keep doing. So we can change that by implementing that 5-second rule. And when you implement that 5-second rule, it shifts you forward. It shifts you into the here and now. It shifts you into that ability. Instead of just being sitting in knowledge, we can shift ourselves forward and we can take action. Because let's face it, when we got things we need to do, you're like, oh, I don't feel like it today, or oh, I'll do it later because I don't feel motivated, or I just don't feel like it right now. Fact. You'll never probably feel like it. And that's the truth. If we sit around waiting until we feel like doing things, it's never going to happen. If we sit around going, oh, I'll do it when I feel like it, you're never going to feel like it. How many times we sit there, oh, I know I should be doing this and I should be doing that. You don't. That's the difference between sitting in that habit and just doing things on autopilot and not really thinking about it. And then there's that gap that shifts you over to action, from knowledge to action. And that gap is where that 5 seconds is. Things have happened, you do things and you're like, I know I should be doing that. Oh, I'll do it later when I'm ready. there's a pause. And that is the ultimate gap there. That is that 5-second gap where if you implement it and you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That point is the difference right there. That is when you're going to make some massive strides in what you're doing. Because what you've just done by counting backwards is you've pulled yourself back into now. You've pulled yourself into this prefrontal cortex so that you have to be focused on the here and now. You have to be present enough to go, I need to think about what I'm doing here. Hang on a minute, I need to work this out, because our prefrontal cortex wants to jump in there to take action. It wants to jump in there to help us shift from our comfort zone to our discomfort zone or to the zone of success. It wants to help us get through those risky moments. It wants to help us get through to those uncomfortable feelings and go, I'm just going to do it anyway. It's in that moment, if you hesitate, you lose. And so when we count backwards, because our brain isn't programmed for that necessarily, unless of course you're NASA. And so that thing is, when we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, you're bringing yourself to the present. You're bringing yourself to going, oh my gosh, I have to do it. And then the key point is you do it there. You take action. And that's where that knowledge action gap happens. In that gap is 5 seconds for you to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that's where you take action. Because in that point, you don't have the chance to go, I don't feel like it. Oh, I'm not ready. No, you'll never be ready. And that's the difference between someone that is successful and someone that's not. Is they will count themselves down and then they will take action. You know, that's why motivation is rubbish. Because to be honest, you go, I'll wait till I'm motivated. You're never going to feel like it. You know, and it's those points where you go, do I need to make this phone call? Yes, do it. Do I need to talk to this person? Yes, do it. Do I need to get on and work on this piece of work? Yes, do it. Do I need to go and end this relationship? Yes, do it. Do I need to be able to get up and go and call this person because I've been thinking about them? Yes, do it. If you hesitate, you will lose. If you wait until you're motivated, it will not happen. If you wait until you're ready, it will not happen. It is about taking action when you don't even feel like it. Because the only things that you can control are the things that you have going through your head, your thoughts and your actions. Those are the only two that you can actually control. Now, if you think about it, there's a whole lot out here that we can't control. We can't control a trigger. So yeah, that environment might throw a stressy situation at us, and our immediate reaction is to go, whoa, make the decision, think about something and take action. You go, I know I should be doing something. Oh yeah, but I'm just a worrier, oh yeah, I need to worry about something. So then you sit back in your basal ganglia and you hang on to that habit because that's where you think is your safety zone and that's where you think you need to stay. No, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and you take action right there and then. Your life will change. You will have more confidence. You will be able to speak up in different situations when you know you need to. You have the ability to put yourself out there and you will find more joy and you will find more opportunities than you ever thought possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That's what you call it, and that's what you do in your life.